Hi, thank you for joining me. My name is Liz. Today we're going to go through a short mobility session for the spine. And because we're going to be focusing on the spine, it's also going to include the hips and the shoulders as well, and a little bit of the neck. This is a great way to bring some energy into your system, as if we are getting that movement through the spine, we're going to allow for energy flow to go through our bodies, and it can just make you feel better. So it's really important that we can move our bodies and that we can move our spine, and that we do it. So we actually have to move our bodies to make ourselves feel good. If we're constantly stagnant and we're constantly still, that allows energy to get stuck in your system, and it can make you feel not so good on all levels. So not just physically, but mentally and emotionally as well. So if we're adding some movement into our daily routine, that's going to allow you to actually kind of move things through your whole system. So not just a physical thing, but a mental and emotional thing as well. So this is going to be a short practice, so great if you are short on time, perfect for the morning, but can be done at any time of day, because we are going to be doing a little bit of back bending stuff, and that is quite stimulating for our system. If you are going to do this in the evening, just making sure that you're counterbalancing that with some forward folding stuff, and that just brings more relaxation into our system. So let's start with our hands and our knees under the hips, wrists under the shoulders. We'll go through some cat-cow, or some cow-cat, as I like to call it. Take a breath in, lower the belly down to the floor, look forward. As you breathe out, press down through the palms, tuck the chin and the hips. Doing that again, breathing in, lower the belly down, bring the shoulder blades together. Breathing out, reversing that curve, really press down through the palms, open the shoulder blades up, and just start to find this movement with your own breath. So if we get stuck in this kind of center section of our body, through our rib cage and that thoracic region, it can also start to affect the way that we breathe. And if we're not breathing fully, if we're not breathing properly, that's going to start to create a whole other cascade of issues. And again, it's not just physical, that turns into mental and emotional issues as well. Let's do that one more time. Breathing in, lower the belly down. Breathing out, pressing down through the palms. We're going to move into some spinal circles. So take a breath in, it starts the same as our cat-cow. As you breathe out, though, you're going to roll the rib cage out to the side, roll up and around to the other side, and then back through center. Breathing in, breathing out as you press down through the palms, rolling the rib cage out, up and around. This is really nice for the body. And you just feel good after doing these really simple practices, simple movements that the body loves. Let's do that one more time, and then reversing to the other side. So taking a breath in, breathing out, roll the rib cage out, up and around. So if you work in an office, I recommend taking some time every so often, every kind of hour if you can, or even half an hour if you can, and just get up and move your body. Let's do that one more time. Okay, bring everything back through to center. Going to sit the hips back into a child's pose. You can reach the arms out long, or rest the forehead down to your fists. It's whatever feels best for your shoulders. And just breathing nice and smoothly in and out of the nose. And then a really simple sequence today that I'm going to give you the opportunity to start to build on with it. So we're going to breathe in, pull the body forward, breathe out, drop the hips down, look forward, keep the chest up. So we're coming into what we call seal, and squeeze your butt. Take a breath in, start to roll back, breathe out, come back into child's pose. So this is it, nice and simple. Take a breath in, rolling the body forward. You can think about rolling the spine. As you breathe out, let the hips sink down, press through the palms, lift the chest, squeeze the butt. Take a breath in, start to roll back, breathing out, press the hips back into the heels. Let's do that a few more times. Breathing in, rolling up. Breathing out, sink the hips, shoulders are away from the ears. And just stay here just for a moment, just for a couple of breaths, just feeling into that sensation that might happen through the backside of the body. Squeezing through the glutes, pressing through the palms, lifting the chest forward. Let's roll it back, breathing in, breathing out, let the hips sink down. Doing that again, breathing in, feeling that movement through the spine, breathing out, let the hips sink down, pressing through the palms. Breathing in, breathing out, press back to child's pose. Now the option is to stay with this movement and just start to find a little bit of flow. You might even close your eyes and really focus on using your breath to initiate each movement. If you are feeling like you want something a little bit stronger, you're going to breathe in, come forward, you're going to come into a plank position and then press the hips into a downward facing dog. And now this is going to be our movement from now on. So you're going to breathe in, roll forward to plank. As you breathe out, let the hips sink down, pressing through the palms, coming into upward facing dog. Now you've got an option here. You can keep the toes pressing into the floor or tuck the toes and come onto the tops of the feet. This depends on how that feels for your body. Lift the chest tall, squeeze through the backside of the body, and you're going to roll back through, pressing into downward facing dog. So nice and simple movement, but really effective. The body just loves to move like this. The spine loves it. Take a breath in, roll forward to plank. Breathing out, either tuck the toes or keep the toes on the floor. Let the hips sink down, really press down into the palms, lift the chest, and imagine you kind of pressing your chest forward. Take a breath in, breathing out, press back to downward facing dog. So the option is to go from child's pose into seal or continue on. We're going to do this 3 more times. So rolling the body forward. As you breathe in, as you breathe out, let the hips sink down, squeeze the butt. Take a breath in, roll back, breathing out, downward facing dog. 2 more times. Breathing in, roll it forward, tuck the toes, let the hips sink down, press through the palms, lift the chest. Breathing in, breathing out, back to downward facing dog. Beautiful. One last time. Let's hang out in this upward facing dog just for a little moment, if that feels good, or the seal position. Really press through the palms, lift the chest, pull the chest forward, roll the shoulders back, and then press the hips back into downward facing dog. Come down to the knees, press back into a child's pose. And then walk the hands back to the knees. So that was it. Take a little moment, check in with how you feel. Really simple, not a lot of different movements, just finding that nice flow, that nice rhythm of your breath and your spine and your body moving together. I hope you enjoyed that. So please hit the like, hit the subscribe button so we can get more people seeing this channel. I'd love to get everybody moving, or as many people moving as possible. You can check out my website in the link in the comments below. And then I'd just love to hear from you as to how you found this practice and the other practices that I have on this channel. So thank you very much for joining me, and I'll see you next time.